Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Wednesday late afternoon. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good day. You've enjoyed some sun if you could. You've done whatever you needed to do today. You've hit the gym. That's the big one. Make sure you're doing it. And if you're watching this in the gym, put me down. Not literally, but put me down. Go work. All right. We're talking in this video around Manchester United supposedly making moves for Barca winger Raphinha, what that maybe leads to Spurs and their interest in the winger market this summer, as well as more potential bad news for Alejo Veliz when it comes to his Sevilla tenure at present. So plenty to talk about, plenty to get into. Just want to say though, if you are new, subscribe. You're most welcome to join us for the journey. And I want to talk Raphinha first. It came from Team Talk, who said that a jaw-dropping report has claimed Manchester United have struck, quote, an agreement in principle to sign Barcelona winger Raphinha. Why you may ask? It's claimed Marcus Rashford's future lays in Paris. So look, we know that PSG have wanted Marcus Rashford for a good few years now, to be honest. He's marketable. He brings money into the club because he's so marketable. He'll bring attention to PSG for the fact that losing Mbappe, he'll subsidise against some of that loss of that, okay? For Man United, look, it's going to massively help their financial fair play if they sold Marcus Rashford to, let's say, 70 million, because he's an academy product, just like Harry Kane. That is 70 million pure profit. And that would be massive for Man United, knowing their issues. You know, they're supposedly that Real Madrid are interested in Garnacho. Again, massive profits you can make on these players. But will Man United pull the trigger on those things? I mean, look, Marcus Rashford makes them a lot of money. Yes, he costs them a lot of money in wages, but he makes them a lot because of fanfare. So I don't know. But on Raphinha, obviously I talked about in a previous video. If you haven't watched it, go back and have a watch. Let me know. But, you know, we talked about interest in wingers for Spurs, and Spurs are looking massively at a marquee winger. You know, I talked about, you know, Inaki Williams and his 42.5 million release clause. We talked about Pedro Neto at Wolves, but, you know, him not being maybe too sure on Spurs. I think in turn, Spurs maybe not being too sure on him because of the injury issues with his hamstrings. Obviously, we talked about Eberechi Eze, which I think that's where Spurs' head is at the moment. But I said, look, there might be other people on the list that we don't know about. I completely forgot about one guy on the list that we do know about. That is Raphinha from Barca. Now, the issue with Raphinha is he's on bloody good money. At the moment, I think he would be, if paid what he is at Barca, he'd be our highest paid player. And he wouldn't be one of our top 3 or 4 best players. So you see, he would have to take a pay cut to come join Spurs. And Barca obviously going to want to make as much money out of this as possible because they have no money, financial fair play, all those things. You know, they spent 60, 70 million euros on the player. They've only had him for a couple of years. Let's say they paid off 12 million a year of that deal. You're looking at a situation where they need to make 45, 50 million euros out of this to make even, or maybe make a little bit of profit. And I don't see Spurs doing that when they could go for an extra few million. Eberechi Eze, who's younger, who's probably hungrier as well, and he's really on the way up. Like, you know what you have with Raphinha? Good player. We know he's Prem proven. We've seen it at Leeds. Eberechi Eze, a little bit younger. The ability to really develop is still there. And that's why I think they would go that way over Raphinha. But yeah, I think we'll have to keep an eye on Raphinha because I think he is a moving part this summer for Barcelona. Talking about Alejo Veliz and his loan at Sevilla. So came a sport witness who said that loan Sevilla has been, quote, an absolute failure. Victor Orta's January business looking increasingly tangled. A lesson to Premier League clubs about loaning youngsters to La Liga sides. On the face of things, it made a ton of sense, you know. A struggling Sevilla team, a cheap loan deal for a striker who is already fluent in the language. I don't think anyone expected it to go as badly it did. Yes, he went out there and he wasn't fixed. He obviously had that injury that he's sustained playing for Spurs. But I thought it would go a lot better than this. You know, when I talk about my loan roundups, which by the way, I promise you it is coming. It's coming tomorrow. I will promise you the loan roundup where I talk about all the guys out on loan, how they've done, all those things. I never talk about Alejo because he just doesn't play. You know, I don't really talk about Ndombele because he doesn't play. And I'm not going to spend, you know, 3, 4, 5 minutes talking about a player that plays 2 minutes. I can't speak about a player for more than he's actually playing. It's not going to work, right? With Alejo, it's obviously not worked at Sevilla. They don't trust him. I mean, Hannibal Mabry as well, the Man United youngsters out there, he's not getting any minutes. I don't think they maybe trust him. I mean, they're good enough to play in that league because, well, you're already not a very good team at the moment, Sevilla. Why wouldn't you try out someone that maybe looks unproven and see what they've got? And he probably gets the same amount of minutes at Sevilla than he does at Spurs. So what's the point? And it's such a shame. You know, I don't know if there's a callback option. He won't be able to get loaned out elsewhere because he would have played for then 2 clubs that season in Spurs and Sevilla. But is there any point of him being out in Spain, if you know what I mean? Like, he's better off being in-house with Ange, training and being coached up than being out there where he's not playing and the coaching probably not going to be at the higher level than we already have. So I don't know what's happening with that Veliz situation. I'm just going to cross my fingers, cross my toes. You can't see my toes, but I'm doing it. That he's actually going to start getting at least 20, half an hour, at least every now and then. Because this is invaluable time for experience. I was hoping he'd go there and play, you know, good chunks of football, develop, come back, ready to become maybe the number 2 striker because he's done so well in Sevilla. It looks like he's going to be another year delayed to that. So we shall see. But anyway, guys, then the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video. If you did, hit me in the comment section your thoughts and feelings about that Alejo Veliz little bit of information. But obviously, Man United potentially looking to get Raphinha on board this summer and what that means for Spurs' winger situation. Thoughts and feelings on both those things. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, then the video. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.